And it's episode 21 here, Pillar Talk. We are hours away from the most anticipated show of the summer, Wrestle World. We're here with Combat One's Chris Klontz.
Damn, that sounded like Mark Roberts. I thought Mark was in the house for a minute. The way you played that, man.
Hey,
That was
right off
beautiful.
the top too. How you like that?
I love it.
Hey, I'll tell you what, man. You might be he might have some competition in the future, eh,
Oh,
Spooky?
no. Might have to put the camera down for a
This is
minute.
like Spooky the announcer.
Yeah.
Dude, what's going on?
I've seen
Chris?
crazier things happen in the wrestling business, I can tell you that.
Awesome.
How we
So
doing?
yeah, we are on the threshold here, guys. We are hours away now. It's been a long journey. Something that started, almost a year. Actually, it's been about a year since the conception of Combat One, and it's crazy to think where we are now. And with tomorrow being Wrestle World, it's the biggest show of the year, and I'm really excited about it. It's been a hell of a ride, and I can only imagine where we're going to go from here. But tomorrow, Fowlerville, Michigan, the Fowlerville Fairgrounds, Wrestle World. It's going to be the absolute biggest wrestling show of the year. I can promise you that. So I'm very much so looking forward to it. Always looking forward to new obstacles and new challenges. So happy to be here and talk about it.
Wrestle World in the grandstand. I don't think people even you just can't grasp. I can't wait. This is going to be incredible.
One of the things that I'm most excited about is the people that think they're showing up to a normal fair show.
Right.
But yeah, they're going to be very mistaken when they see what some hard work and determination and teamwork from all of us, including yourselves, have put together. So awesome. This is our reward, boys, for all the hard work.
This is awesome.
So you said the concept came about a year ago. Walk us through the process. How did Wrestle World become?
Well, the concept of Combat One came up a year ago. That was when our inception into this thing was a year ago. However, the story of Wrestle World goes back much farther than that. The story of Wrestle World is actually a 20-year-old story. This is my second attempt at running at the fairgrounds at the grandstand. My first attempt was back in 2003 before I had entered Can-Am Pro Wrestling School. Fresh out of high school, I thought I knew everything then and tried to do it then. Was turned down because clearly I didn't know what the hell I was doing. Went out, did my thing, made the connections, put the work in, and 20 years later, the dreams come true. Here we are.
Dreams do come true because this is going to be nuts. Let's talk about some of the matches we just watched. I hope you had a chance to watch the DTW PWE Dudes Talk Wrestling. The predictions.
Yes,
predictions. Right. So they did the predictions, and we had a chance to watch that before the show today. Chris, walk us through some of these matches, man. I'm so excited. I'm telling you, each one is a banger.
Oh yeah, man! It's you can't have a show called Wrestle World and not have a mixed bag for everyone. That was the idea behind this entire show. You can go anywhere, any weekend, and see wrestling in Michigan. However, a spectacle is a different story, and a spectacle is what we're bringing to you. And the matches themselves speak to that. We have a See No Evil blindfold weapons match. It's going to be outstanding. A first time for that match ever to take place. We have a 6-man Coliseum cage match. First of its kind, as far as I'm concerned. We have a gladiator battle royal. I believe that's also a first time. And then how can we forget big old Daddy Dudley's coming into town to square up and be in the corner of the TNT to take on Midwest Scum. And you know his name, boys. Darren McCarty.
Yeah, buddy.
We
were just talking about that. Of course, being friends with those guys. And it's really hard to see the Dudleys coming in, knowing that they're talking about bringing out tables and stuff. So it's going to be a crazy night.
It is.
Oh, yeah. It's, and like I said before to both of you, everybody, depending on how long you've been in the business, it doesn't matter. Everybody's a fan at heart. So to know that we're having a tables match with the Dudleys, with Darren McCarty, with Midwest Scum out there, it's going to be absolutely crazy. And I'm looking forward to it. I know the fans are. And I can tell you that the excitement in Fowlerville is like nothing I've ever seen. You can actually feel the electricity. And I know people throw that around a lot, but we're talking an entire town is on fire for this show.
That's incredible. Talk about the tickets and just about let the people know real quick how they can go about seeing the show tomorrow.
Sure. So there is a $5 cover to get into the fair, which is well worth it. One of the most standalone best fairs in the state of Michigan. It's a $5 entry fee to get into the.
Chris is having technical difficulty, but he'll be right back. $5 getting the fair isn't
and
bad,
will
though.
also be available at the door.
Cool. So tickets at the door, $5 to get in, and how much are tickets at the door for the wrestling?
$15.
$15. So yeah, come on, guys,
$20
bucks get you out here tonight.
Right.
Let's go.
And like I said, 4 seats sold out. They were sold out pretty quick. But the grandstand, I believe, holds about 3,500 people. So you have a decent chance of getting a ticket. So I would recommend going on FowlervilleFamilyFair.com/tickets and purchase your tickets now. There is going to be a massive turnout for this show. I do not know if it's going to be a sellout, but obviously, hopefully, we hope it is.
Rose again. Chris, can you hear us?
We lost your volume, your sound.
Can you hear us, Chris?
Yeah, sorry about that. You guys broke up for a second.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stupid.
I want to know about the cage match. Can you walk us through the cage match? Like, what are the stipulations? What are the rules? Because I'm really curious to see how this is gonna play out. You know,
he said, "I'm gonna be down by the cage."
Yeah, like get me in the ring.
Well, it's a 6-man Coliseum cage match. The rules are 2 men enter the match. Every 2 minutes, a buzzer will go off and another man will enter the match. The only way for the first 4 participants to be eliminated is by pinfall. When it comes down to the last 2 competitors, the only way to win the match is by escaping the cage. The first and final 2 will be crowned the inaugural One World Champion.
One World Champion.
We'll see what happens there, boy.
We don't have
speculation.
We don't have an announcement of who the first 2 combatants are going to be in the cage match. Can we know who the first 2 are going to be?
Tomorrow night at around 9:00, I guess you're probably going to know then.
There you go. I'll try to get it out of him. I'll try to get it out of watch. There we go. I mean, hey, the favor's aiming at Kyle Barrett, but I'm not saying anything. You know, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm definitely rooting for Chinstrap Jesus. So we'll see what happens. I'm very excited. I'm excited to see Heath Slater. I'm excited to see Diener. I'm excited to see Big Con. It's gonna be great. Shogun Jackson Stone.
The match itself is full of just wall-to-wall talent. Why you think Kyle would be the one to win the match when you have 5 other competitors like that who were handpicked by Combat One management, where Kyle Barrett is the only one who was forcefully entered thanks to Lawrence Jeter. But Spooky, if you're a betting man, I wouldn't put your money on Kyle Barrett.
I don't know. I'm not putting my money on anyone. I'm just saying. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm very excited to see about the match. I also want to talk about the Battle Royal. Now, walk us through that. Some of the competitors that have already entered for the Battle Royal, the Gladiator Battle Royal that we're going to have tomorrow.
Sure. So we got I know the Swamp Man Brutus Atwell. I know you guys know who he is. He's going to be in it. The Father Marquise is going to be in it. Forever Young will be in it as well. We have Natalie Loomis, who is a CAAC state champion of Fowlerville High School.
I saw that
She's
promo, yes.
actually she's going to be in the Battle Royal as well, hometown favorite. The Kenny Urban's going to be in it, and of course, good old BM Big Murph.
Big Murph. There we go.
I just saw Big Murph up at Mint. Speaking of Mint, shout out to Mint, our sponsors.
Yes.
Mint is, of course, one of them. What do we got, Spooky?
We have Lane's, of course. You know, Lane's Pizzeria. We have Little Brown Jug right down the road, friendliest place in town.
Shout out to Maybe, man.
Shout out to Maybe.
The whole town's with us. You know,
a little golf club here. Amaya's, of course, Tino, IWR, and of course the Monroe County Reporters, whose the show was powered by the Monroe County Reporters.
Yeah, shout out to Ryan and Shane, 99 cents. Subscribe to their page, and then of course Mikey Shoe.
Mikey Shoe. There we go.
Of course.
Kyle Barrett says, "Bet on me, Spooky," and is giving Clance the middle finger.
Well, that's him, not me. So we're all good there. I just want to just
PWE guys said they thought Kyle, I believe.
Yeah, it was all
so.
unification over there. They all had their hands
for Kyle. So.
They had their hands. I love the crowd at Combat One though.
Here, man.
I love the crowd at Combat One though. You know, they don't hold back at all. Right. You know, the crowd is great.
Well, and that is the awesome part about our crowd is that everybody's got their own picks, and we support whoever you know you want to come out and cheer for. Me personally, I'm not going to cheer for Kyle Barrett. I don't like him. You guys know that, and I don't have to hide it because part of my job is the president of the company. The board of directors don't pay me to like people. They pay me to make good business decisions to run the company. So I respect everybody's opinion on Kyle, and I'm glad that everybody has an opinion. But knowing Kyle as long as I have, I don't see him as championship material.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna move on from that because I'm curious to know about
maybe out real soon.
Yeah, who the champion really is. I mean, a champion's got to be a behemoth. You know, someone that's big, someone that can hold their own weight. You know, like a real heavyweight. Let's talk about Dante's Battle of the Behemoths. You know, do we have any word on that? I mean, what can the people expect to see tomorrow?
Big is what they're gonna see. The tallest versus the widest.
Right, where's he at?
Right.
When you see the tallest versus the widest on a poster, and you know what we bring to the table,
right?
You're gonna have to see it to believe it.
I like that.
It's a fair. It fits, don't it?
Right. I mean,
and then you add Dante Allen in there, and as long as he's not trying to walk around pickpocketing people, or probably will get a job running one of the carnival booths.
Okay.
He'll be out there, and I've known Dante for 30 years, and he hasn't changed ever. And I enlisted him to go out and find two behemoths for this battle. And knowing Dante and how extravagant he is, I'm sure he will not disappoint, and I'm sure you'll be very happy with what behemoths Dante unearths.
Well, I'm excited. I know that the Battle of the Behemoths, I mean, I just like the unknown factor. You know what I mean? Like,
I guess that's what I was thinking too.
The mystery of it.
The mystery of it, and then the fact that he won't give it up. I love it.
Right.
You know?
I want to ask real quick too, because we have Hornswoggle coming. Is it a confirmed match against Nadia White?
Was it announced?
I believe so.
I don't believe so.
Oh, he catching some leaks. He got some leaks, coach.
I mean, that's what we discussed with the PWE guys. So I didn't know what the issue was with that.
Nadia will be in the house. Swaggle will be in the house. I mean, I'm sure they'll run into each other backstage, but as far as matches or anything like that right now, nothing's been confirmed. But Hornswoggle will be making an appearance.
Let's talk about what has been confirmed, though, and that is the Crash Division match, which may be it might steal the show. I mean, the tables match is kind of up there with it, but Tommy Vendetta, Nate Bach, Jason Top Notch Hotch. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, that one right there has got me up at night.
Yes.
Nate Bach just needs to, I don't know, man. He needs to switch to decap or something. I know he's the wild card, and I have nothing but the most respect for Nate Bach. But the guy did jump off a ladder, through a table, and took down Tommy Vendetta, and without clearance, without checking with anybody, just did it. And that's the kind of person he is. Now you put in there the lovable psychopath Tommy Vendetta, who's got a bone to pick with Nate anyway. We all saw what he did at Combat Uno. Came out chomping on an apple, and that's all he had to do to cost Nate Bach the match.
Good distraction.
But then you have Jason Hotch in there, who absolutely has been on fire for years now and has been tearing it up in Combat 1. Only one recorded loss against Chris Bay. And, it's going to be one of those matches that if you look away, you're going to miss something. And you're right. It does have the potential to steal the show, as they all do. The Crash division is one of my favorite parts about Combat 1 because it keeps everybody guessing. And the action is just like nowhere else you're going to see on the planet.
Very unique, too. Can you explain to the people about the Crash division match, the rules of the Crash division?
Absolutely. You have to hit a high risk maneuver to qualify for a pinfall. Top rope minimal. Nate Bach likes to push that envelope.
Yes.
But top rope minimal to qualify for a pinfall. Pinfalls do count anywhere. So those high risk maneuvers could come anywhere in the grandstand.
I feel like that's, if not one of the most unique matches in wrestling today, especially with just having a top rope maneuver to initiate your pinfall. You can't just go right in and thinking that you're going to get a quick one in. You got to really work for your move and really work against your opponent. And I really like that too.
It's always exciting from a fan's perspective. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
Definitely don't want to see anybody get hurt. But definitely.
But the Crash division, it's got these caliber of wrestlers that are just here that these guys are ready to put on a show. You can almost see, like he said, Nate Bach being a wild card, he might jump off somebody. He might use somebody to jump off them.
The old school stuff that we can still go back and watch. Shout out to Keith, obviously. Keith be watching that stuff in the house all the time, so I can walk by and see a lot of stuff, and it reminds me of where we're at now and some of the things that are being recreated or tried, and just it's crazy to see it.
I think that the Crash division is a perfect example of re-innovating the sport of wrestling as well, just because it's a match in itself that holds bar none. You know what I mean? I really like that match. I really like the
guys that are in the Crash division. I mean, they wrestle like they got nothing to lose, and every single one of them is a top tier talent, and they go out there and they put their bodies on to secure these wins, and that's why it's the Crash division. Now we just found out that match at Wrestle World, the winner of that match will qualify and go on to the fatal 4-way ladder match at Crash and Burn for the Crash Division Championship.
Wow.
Inaugural Crash Division champion. So the stakes go even higher.
Yes.
So now, instead of just thinking, well, I got to hit a top rope maneuver, pinfalls count anywhere. Now these guys are thinking, if I win this match, I automatically qualify for that 4-way ladder match at Crash and Burn.
Right.
So you put all those combustible elements together, there might not be any grandstand left after these guys get done.
No, really, because they're gonna fight it out. Yeah, that's why I said that could be one of the matches to possibly steal the show. I mean, all these matches are so good and in themselves. They're all so unique. You got a battle royal, battle of the behemoths. You got a tables match. You got the Crash division match.
The energy
See No Evil match
in the grandstands are gonna be just crazy, electrifying. There's so many people.
Oh yeah, and don't forget
used to having
the one thing about Combat 1, you can always count on surprises.
Yeah, love surprises.
The whole show itself is entertaining. I've been to 2 so far, and both shows have been equally entertaining. Just as far as the atmosphere goes, like I said, the fans really build the energy for it. You have great talent coming through the curtain, of course, but then you have the audience that just really sells the show. And to me,
makes a big difference there.
Absolutely. Even growing up, when you get those pops, when Stone Cold would come out and, and you get the glass, the crowd would go crazy. That's the best part of the show to me. Right. It's when the crowd is just really feeding in, and that's what you really get over here at Combat 1. And I really like it.
Yeah. I guess without that, it's never going to be you want it to be. We need that crowd participation, and definitely we have that.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
shout out to the
So we have Wrestle
and our
World.
crowd just absolutely they come out of their seats for everything. They show appreciation.
Yeah.
They're always telling the guys in the ring and gals in the ring what they feel, and you never have to wonder what our fans think, because they have no problem letting you know.
Gotta love that.
You gotta love that. You got a little bit of freedom of speech, if you would. You know what I mean? I was asking about, so we have Wrestle World, and then you said Crash and Burn, was it?
Yep, August 18th. We're going back to Waterford for that show. That's going to be back at the Elite Sportsplex. Big announcement after that one.
Okay.
We're not quite done with our announcements yet. I just got to implore everybody, keep watching our social media, our Facebook account, our Instagram. On the daily, we're announcing new exciting developments. We've just gotten started. Combat One, like I said, the inception of it was a year ago. Our first match was in October of last year, and so much has happened in so little time. We're going to be live on IWTV for Wrestle World tomorrow night. It's just so many things are happening. We're crowning our first One World Champion. Then 3 weeks later, we're going to crown the Crash Division Champion. I mean, things are going at such a rapid speed that you can barely keep on the back. It's like being strapped to the back of a rocket.
Right. They sure are. Things have progressed quite a bit for you very quickly.
Absolutely. And with the run that you guys have doing, you're just consistently popping up everywhere, whether it's at events or just even here, visiting us through the podcast, you know what I mean? Just because you got to be able to push your brand, and you do a very good job at pushing Combat One.
Well, I appreciate that. And like I said, it's different than being a standalone company. We have so many members of our family that help to make this thing possible. You two included. The whole BrainJerk staff, Dudes Talking Wrestling. You guys have been with us and are part of that. You're a part of that system. You're a part of that machine. And it's the whole thing is we are one. It's more than just a tagline. It really does matter, and it really does mean something, and it resonates to all those fans, our sponsors, our partners, and our wrestlers. And it's a feeling. It's a feeling of something special, and we've all done it. The whole progress and process has been because of the commitment and teamwork of all of us together. You two, BrainJerk, Dudes Talking Wrestling included. Couldn't have done it without either of you.
That's awesome. We appreciate that. I'm excited to see where it takes off too, and just even being able to go live with IWTV tomorrow, and to have that caliber right at your fingertips, for Wrestle World is a really big accomplishment. All cards are being really laid out here, for tomorrow. So I'm excited to see how things roll out. When is bell time?
Bell time is 7 p.m. tomorrow. The grandstand gates will open at 6. We are going to have meet and greets available before bell time. We have the Brooklyn Brawler, WWF legend. The Brooklyn Brawler will be there. We will have meet and greets with a lot of the people on the card. It's going to be a good time. I'd recommend coming out right at 6. Get your seats. Get your tickets if you haven't already. Enjoy the fair. Come see a night of amazing wrestling. It's not just a wrestling show. It's a spectacle. It's a dream come true, and it's going to shape and form the history and the future of Michigan wrestling. And if you don't think I'm telling you the truth, come back in a week and ask me again.
Dude, I'm excited to be a part of it, honestly, because it's right here, not necessarily in our backyard, but it's right here in Michigan, and you got Heath Slater, you have Hornswoggle, you have all these guys, Devon Dudley, Darren McCarty, you have all of these guys here, and especially all the talent that's just on the rise as well. You know what I mean? This is really history in the making right here. It truly is. It's going to be great for independent wrestling, for Michigan wrestling. I'm excited to see where Combat One goes after this. Well, Crash and Burn, I'm excited to see now that you guys released that. what's to follow? You know what I mean? So
how you follow up?
Oh,
on that?
we have an answer for that too.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if you want to release it, please do. I mean, this is an exclusive here with President Clounce. Everyone, let's go.
Well, I'll just let you know that we have something special lined up after, to keep in line with every show that we do is special. You can't miss one of them. Every show is better than the next. So if you think Wrestle World is going to set the standard, it's really going to set the standard of what we're going to do going forward, what our expectations are, what they should have been in Michigan all along, and where they're going to be going forward. So pay attention to us. This is the standard that's set now, and this is the standard that's going to be continue to be set. And it's what you as fans deserve, and we're going to give it to you. We listen to everything you say. We listen to who you want to see, what you want to see, and we're always listening. We always got our ear to the ground, waiting to hear what's next.
And I really like that too, because even if it is almost trial and error, you know what I mean? Like fans want to see this, let's give it to them. Let's see if it works. Let's see how far we can kind of push the envelope a little bit. Just Crash Division, perfect example. That's great.
Spooky likes that Crash Division.
I do. You know what I mean? That's awesome. That's awesome. Do you want to give out a shout out to any of your sponsors? Anyone that helped out
absolutely
for Wrestle World?
Well, I have quite a list of sponsors that we can name. But first of all, Dudes Talking Wrestling, BrainJerk, you guys are amazing. Both sponsors of the show. Lane's Pizza, amazing. They'll be selling pizza at Crash and Burn as well. Haley Mechanical, Premier Platinum Painting, plus the Tina Peterson Group, Real Estate One, A1 Rental, Fowlerville Farms, O'Connor's Deli. There's so many sponsors. Sincere Smiles. I don't have my list in front of me, so I'm gonna forget. It's a Pro Wrestling Edge. There's so many people. Massage Rehab. Everyone has come together, and Grampy's Auto. I keep thinking of more as I go on, but the whole community of Fowlerville and has come together to make sure that this show is absolutely top dollar. And you guys have also been a staple of Combat One, all your support. And I couldn't ask for better sponsors. It's the sponsors that make the wheels turn. We can promote wrestling. We can bring the best wrestlers in the world to the show, but it's really the sponsors who are the glue that keep everything together and make sure that, everything is to the standard of what the fans want to see. So there is so many, there's so many opportunities to, expand with Combat One and for us to expand with our sponsors. And it's not just a partnership, it's a family. We've become a family with our sponsors, and it's more about what we can do for you and what you can do for us. And it's made this show absolutely phenomenal.
We couldn't agree more just on everything that we do. And I know, Ryan, you can touch on this. And this is what we're talking about, pillar talk. These our sponsors behind us are our pillars, and just it does take a community to get the wheels rolling, and without their backing and just their support and everything that we do, nothing's possible. Wrestle World would still be a dream in a sense. You know what I mean? So
it takes a village.
It definitely does take a village.
And let's not forget the sponsor who's been there, American Pride Tattoo also been a presenting sponsor since day one. Yes. And also going to be receiving the Ride or Die Award at Wrestle World. So it's not just something we're doing once. This is going to be something that is rewarded to our sponsors going forward when the times come. So at Wrestle World, A1 Rental and American Pride Tattoo will receive the Ride or Die Award. So who knows, boys? You guys could be on the list next.
That would be great. I mean, that's definitely an accomplishment for real, because history in the making, like I said, and it's really world-renowned talent that he's bringing in. It's not just Michigan talent; they're coming from all over for Combat One. So, and you can see these guys on many platforms. Let the people know one more time where they can get their tickets, and also just any information where they can find Combat One anywhere.
So you can find us on Facebook, Instagram. Tickets for the show tomorrow, FowlervilleFamilyFair.com/tickets. Like I said, grandstand tickets remain at $15. The floor seats are sold out, but you can catch us on social media, and we look forward to seeing you all out there. WWE Hall of Famer Devon Dudley, Swoggle, a former first-time SmackDown Tag Team Champion Heath, Big Con, Diener. I mean, I can go on and on and on.
Right.
There are so many reasons to come out to this show, but more importantly, it's something that we're going to remember for the rest of our lives. It's something that we've all built together, and it's for you, the fans, because at the end of the day, it's your guys' decision and it's your guys' opinion that matters. And we want to do what we believe you all want to see. And so far, I think we've done a good job, and we're going to continue on working hard for you, the fans.
Chris, we appreciate you coming on the show. We're definitely going to be looking forward to it. We're going to be there. Combat One tomorrow, Russell World, Fowlerville, the Fowlerville Fair, 6 p.m.
Don't miss it.
The gates open. 7 p.m. is bell time. I'm pumped. I'm going to sleep right now so I can wake up. I'm ready. I'm ready to go.
Like Christmas morning, right?
Yeah, Christmas morning. Here we go. It's Wrestle World,
that
baby.
makes one of us. A couple of us haven't slept in about 3 days, but
I'm sure
that Friday will come soon enough.
There we go, man. Well, we appreciate you again coming on the show. We're going to be there tomorrow live for Wrestle World Combat One. Thank you, guys.